Hi again, everyone. It's me back with a really important post today. Lately, with a lot of my girls, parents have been emailing me after their lessons saying, thank you so much. I feel like my daughter's really starting to understand how important glove work is. And it's so true. Good glove work and correct glove work is so crucial to being able to get your body into the correct position to deliver a pitch and be able to put the ball wherever you want it to go, especially when it comes to doing things like hitting spots. So today I'm going to go over why proper glove work is so important, and I'm going to go over the 5 most common glove issues that we see when we're working with our girls and why they're such a big problem. And those 5 issues are glove flying out to the side, glove reaching to the wrong spot, glove reaching up too high, reaching down too low, and glove finishing too early. So first we're going to start with the most common one that I feel like everyone has probably seen before, and that's when a pitcher comes off the rubber and lands in power K position and her glove is way out to the side like this. So what's the problem with that? So when we come off the rubber, we want to push off and land in power K with our glove pointing right at the catcher. This establishes a clear path for our arm to get through, and it keeps our hips and shoulders facing the power line, and we can fire right to our target. So what happens when our glove flies out to the side when we land in power K? So when we do this. So how do my hips and shoulders look right now? My hips and shoulders are rotating forward, which takes my arm off the power line, or if my arm is still on the power line, my body is blocking the power line. So now I have to slow my arm down, come around my body, and this is the most common cause of missed inside and outside pitches. Now I know a lot of you are probably saying to yourself, well, wait a minute, I watch the college games all the time, and at least 50% of these girls have their gloves flying out when they're pitching. So there's 2 things about that. One, and the most primary thing, is that these girls who are playing in college are doing very rigorous strength and conditioning training on pretty much a daily basis. And that, when the hips and shoulders rotate because the glove comes out, it's a core strength issue. So these girls who are playing at the D1 level that you're watching on the NCAA games on TV have such strong cores from doing these rigorous workouts, Olympic lifting, squats, deadlifts, plyometrics, aerobics, that even though their glove is coming out to the side, they're able to still keep their hips and shoulders facing the power line to deliver. A lot of these girls that we're working with, especially younger girls, do not have that core strength because they're not in the gym every day doing this strength and conditioning. So when the glove flies out, hips and shoulders go with it, power line gets blocked, throw zone moves, ball goes inside and outside, depending on how fast or slow your arm speed is. So that's probably the number 1 most common glove issue that we see in our girls. The next one is reaching to the wrong spot, and we see this a lot, especially when girls are doing our end game drills, for example. So what will happen is they'll set up to the power line correctly, they'll point their glove to the target, and when they do their backwards arm circle, they'll allow their glove hand to move over here. So now my throw zone is pointing to the right of my catcher. So if you guys are my catcher, I'm now setting up pointing to the right of my catcher. And what's going to happen is now, my throw zone's not pointing down the middle. My arm path is going to take my arm behind my body, and again, we're in that same situation of my body blocking the power line. I'm going to have to come around my body, rotate my hips and shoulders to deliver the ball. Again, we're going to see a lot of inside-outside pitches. You'll see this problem also with girls who like to do pre-tracking. You may remember my video post on pre-tracking a couple of weeks ago. So if you have a pitcher who is on the rubber and she likes to do this, when she does her load, instead of staying square to the catcher, you'll see her reach this way because my body is set up pointing that way. So when I pre-track in my load, I'm going to reach this way. Now not only am I reaching to the wrong spot, but look, my front foot is much more likely to cross over the power line. So again, even more arm blocked out from getting down the throw zone. So we have to come around and rotate. So that's number 2 most common issue we see with the glove hand. Now we're going to talk quickly about when the glove reaches too high when you come off the rubber. So when you push off the rubber and we're getting into this position instead of keeping the shoulders level and reaching straight out. So if you notice, when my glove comes up, my back shoulder is dipped down, dipped backwards a little bit. So now we're no longer vertically stacked and my throw zone is pointing up this way. Hint, hint, this is sort of the position we get into throw a rise ball. So what do you think is going to happen if we get into this position when we're throwing a fastball? You're going to see a lot of high pitches because of that slight angle in the shoulders that was caused by the glove hand reaching up too high. Same thing when the glove reaches too low. We come down. Now my body's angled forward. This is the position we get to throw a drop ball. So what do you think is going to happen when we try to deliver a fastball? Ball's going to go too low. So those two are height issues with the glove hand that will cause the ball to go either high or either low. Now the last one I want to talk about is something that's kind of easily missed, because girls may come off the rubber and actually have their glove hand pointing in the correct spot to start with, but then they'll let the glove hand come down too soon. Now remember, a lot of pitching is about timing. There are 3 things that finish at the same time: throwing hand, glove hand, drive-through foot. When we deliver the ball, they all come through together, fast, and at the same time. Okay, so what happens when we have a pitcher who allows her glove to come down before the arm and drive through have come through? What will happen is we'll be off balance. We won't have that stable foundation with the ground. We won't be able to maintain our good posture, our stacking, our balance. So when we have a pitcher who lets her glove hand come down too early, now, like I said, I'm off balance. I'm not going to be able to get as good whip, as much power, and I'm going to end up using my body to deliver the ball because of that lack of balance. You're going to see rotation, you're going to see bending and leaning, so it's really important to keep that glove hand up until the arm and drive through come through. Those 3 things finish together. So those are the 5 most common and most critical issues that we see with the glove hand. And it's really important to have your girls focus on really good glove work. That can be done through wall work, that can be done through reach, track, fire, drive, or any of our drills, really just focusing on keeping that hand pointing straight down the power line, right at the target, until the arm and drive through come through. We don't want to let that glove hand fly out. We don't want to reach to the wrong spot, because remember, the reach part of the pitch is what creates our throw zone. So if we're reaching to the wrong spot, our throw zone's not pointing at the right spot. We don't want to let that glove hand come too high unless we're throwing a rise. We don't want to let that glove hand come too low unless we're throwing a drop. And we don't want to let that glove hand come down too early. Otherwise, we're going to be using our body to deliver the ball instead of just relying on relaxed whip and a quick drive through. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Let me know if you've ever seen any of these with your pitchers. I hope you guys can use our drills to help your girls improve their glove work, because again, it is so important when it comes to pitching mechanics. Drop us any questions if you have any, and I'll talk to you next time.